Ark, is that you home? How'd the haul go today?
Yeah, not bad.
A towering piece of sheet metal goes barreling directly for Conrad.
And there is a lot of exposed skeleton and sinew and things like that.
Your kind is not welcome here. What are you doing? And they're edging the boy back towards the town.
Please, again, I'm just like you guys. I'm not one of them that came in.
Why are they so mean?
I don't know, kiddo. I will very quickly put my hood back up.
So this will be risky limited? How many dice do you have in sway?
I kind of just grab Shrew, but not like in a rude way, just like help them into their wheelchair. And
he's like, whoa, careful with those hands there, buddy. Awa might get jealous, you know?
And I'm kind of like talking a bit concerned, but I'm not going to take my eyes off Awa, and I'm going to like back away.
She slaps you on the ass and goes, we've got a big sack right here.
Awa, why are you looking at me like that?
This is Dark Cosmos. Describe for me how you duck and weave through this shamble of a village to get home.
I'm effectively just finding corridors or ways and alleyways that I know I can still fit through, but kind of ones that people don't usually walk down, whether they're used to individuals just sleeping and laying in there. Might be some dangerous alleyways here and there that most people usually avoid. I'm going to try and use as many of them as possible to make my way through. If I see someone sort of looking in my direction, I make sure I attempt to constantly cover up and make sure they don't see me, and just effectively just keep ducking and weaving street to street. Sometimes at one point I even go past the house just to make sure I'm not being followed or anything like that before heading back.
I say, are you like doubling back at points, kind of cover your tracks, moving a little bit, maybe a bit more around the town than normal, just to make sure?
Yeah. If I hear some of the villagers sort of react to seeing me, or also talking about the foreigners coming in and taking their jobs, I will kind of use that as a point to take an alleyway or two further before doubling back to make sure I wasn't followed by them or I wasn't noticed by any of them and things like that.
Okay. You eventually make it back to your house.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you first get in? Marlene is surprised and shocked to see you. She's like, you're not meant to be back this early. Did something go wrong? Are you okay? And you can see her, she's bent down, got her claws over Conrad's face, just checking him over, making sure he's okay, because this is very unusual.
Firstly, I let out a bit of a sigh of relief, knowing that Conrad got back safely. He wasn't bothered or anything by anyone, as far as I could tell. And just point out to her as like, yeah. Some of the farmers saw my face and just assumed I was with them again. Just kind of like in a bit of a huff and a puff, just trying to catch my breath. I just kind of explained to her what the farmers were going on about. Yeah, how I was trying to like talk them down, so to speak. I don't mention the item that I found, the cube.
It's hard to miss.
She does see a big, like a very large cube sort of item poking out through the cloak anyway, but I don't say anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
If she points something out, I will obviously allude to it, but I'm very much focused on glad Conrad got out of there safely, how the farmers were being unreasonable, how I tried reasoning with them, and just trying to get back as safely as possible and making sure I didn't put anyone else here in harm's way.
She stops looking over Conrad. He seems perfectly fine. She's like, oh, darling, like, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Don't hate them for it. This is just their livelihoods they're protecting. But it's okay. I will go and speak to some people tomorrow and see if we can calm them down and move on to another day.
I'm very much listening to her, but also like trying to peek through the window and just see if I see anyone outside. I'm being super paranoid, effectively, just trying to make sure I didn't bring any problems here.
As you do, you hear some voices yelling from the street. Marlene, we know you got him in there. Send him out. We don't want those goddamn monstrosities taking our jobs here in this village. He needs to go. And looking and peeking through the curtain, there is a small crowd starting to gather around the front of Marlene's house.
Right. How does Marlene sort of react to this? Like, is she overly concerned?
She seems worried.
She's worried.
She seems like her brain has gone into, I don't want to say shock, but you know how we have those moments where it's like, I don't know what to do, and you kind of just freeze up a little?
Yeah.
She looks like she's going through one of those. I don't think you've seen her do this before. She's usually been very calm, collected, and in control. This has thrown her for a loop.
Okay. Looking around at what's going on, I'm very much seeing a sort of scenario where the longer I stay, the more danger I'm putting this family in. They were nice enough to take me in. They were nice enough to help me and patch me up if I ever needed, but I don't want them to get hurt. And I'm gonna tell Marlene to sort of just go with me on this.
Okay, yeah, I got this. And I think from where I was sitting in the kitchen, like in that dining area, she can see down the hallway. You see her like step off her seat and just pull out this massive ass knife, and she's like, let them try and come.
I look to Awa and just very seriously stare her dead in the eyes and just say, Awa, take the kids, take them up to Shrew, make sure they're all okay. Everything's going to be fine. You're just going to hear some yelling and stuff in a sec, but take everyone else upstairs, okay? And I'm going to make sure Awa goes upstairs with Conrad and anyone else who may be downstairs, hopefully up towards Shrew.
Marlene carefully takes the knife off of Awa and goes, how did you even get this? And the kids collect, run upstairs, taking Awa with them. Very slow moving. So it's taking her a while to get up those stairs.
Yeah.
And you're probably right in assuming that Shrew is currently on the roof looking out at his telescope.
I tell Marlene that I'm going to threaten her, and I'm sorry for everything that I've brought to their doorstep.
Ooh.
But I'm going to make it seem like I've used her to get the crowd to stay away from them.
No, you can't do that. That's not the right way. We just need to get them to calm down and we can talk to them. It'll be fine.
They already have their minds made up. They're not intent on listening. I don't want to make it seem as if you all are sympathizers as well and are completely fine with others taking their jobs. I know that's not what...
But you're not like them. You're different.
I know that. You know that. They don't know that. That's not gonna...
Then show them that. Be the better, thing. It doesn't have to be violent. But...
Fine.
If you think this is the best way forward, I will support you. I trust you, Ark.
We'll try it your way, but if they even try something, I'm going to make it very clear that you weren't with me. None of you were.
Okay. Let's try it and see how it goes.
Okay. I'm going to head outside while keeping Marlene like slightly in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking almost like I have her like a hostage kind of thing, but not like threatening her.
I mean, she's basically the same size of you, so it's very hard to tell if it is a hostage situation at this point.
Yeah, fair.
But you step out onto the shambles of what's possibly a veranda of this house.
Yeah.
And a crowd is starting to form. More villagers are stepping out of houses and crowding around. There's like a bit of clear street in front of you. Like they are keeping a little distance, but they are angry.
Yeah.
And they're like, we knew you're keeping that thing in here. They're taking our jobs and you're on their side, you're allowing it? And then someone else from the crowd's like, get him out of here.
I'm not trying to take jobs from anyone. I'm not trying to replace any of you. I'm not trying to take away from your livelihoods. This woman's done nothing. She's not harboring me or anything like that. I'm not one of them, all right? I don't know what I am, but I'm not one of them.
I think one of the gentlemen who saw you before steps forward and it's like, no, clearly he's one of their scouting parties. Points to your side where the cube is. He's like, he found something and he's going to alert them and they're all going to come in here and ruin and decimate our village. Why else would he be holding on that?
I'm going to try and tuck the cube away a bit more as they're saying this.
Give me a skulk roll to see how well you can tuck it away.
Damn it. Alright. Oh, 3 and a 1.
3 and a 1, so that is a 1.
That is a 1 as a disadvantage.
I didn't give you a position, but we'll say it's risky standard.
Fair, understandable. that very much did not go down well with them, I'm assuming.
As you kind of tuck it behind you, it slips out of whatever like sling bag it was holding it in and just like clunks on the floor. And the villagers can all see it. See, he's got a device. What is that? That's not the scrap we have. And this guy steps forward again, turns to the crowd and is like, if he was one of us, if he was a dedicated scrap farmer, he wouldn't be keeping weapons of this magnitude a secret from us. Any scrap gets sent away. That is our job. That is our livelihood. We collect and process scrap. We don't harbor it and take advantage of a woman in need. And the crowd is getting a bit more riled up. I was like, yeah. What is that for? What's he got? He turns back to you and goes, you disgusting thing. What are you bringing against us here?
I look at them very puzzled, being like, I have no clue what it is. I don't think it's scrap, but I swear I'm not trying to take anyone's livelihoods. I've been trying to help people as I go. I'm helping this family, helping them find scrap so they can survive day after day. I even helped other people in the town whenever I can, whenever I could see that they needed to step up. I'm not trying to bring those other foreigners and things here. I'm not even trying to alert anyone. It just spoke to me. I don't know how to explain it.
As you mumble for these words, you hear a voice yell out from the top of the roof. Shrew, who you turn and look and you can see he's got his telescope pointing to the west and goes, guys, I don't know what's happening, but those foreigners are starting to move onto our village. And they're moving with a bit of haste as well. And then the village is like, see, I told you, he's dragging them here. He's bringing them to us.
While I'm assuming I don't have a great understanding of the way at this point in my life, can I kind of see bits of the way and the energy around this cube and things like that at all?
I'd say you can. Yeah, that's your special power. And this time I think you're getting the feel of the way.
Yeah.
You do feel like that energy coming towards the village from the west.
I will plead with the villagers and very much be like, please, I promise to leave. Just let me get out of here now. I promise. I think they're going to come after me. They're not after your jobs. They're not after you. Just let me get this out of here and you should all be safe.
We'll be safe? They're going to come in here and take everything. And what are you going to do? Run to the next village? Prepare the next bunch of locals? The crowd gets a bit more restless. And they begin to start throwing items, like small things to begin with, stones, pebbles, bits of old currency that they found that they think is just pretty now.
I'm going to try and whisper to Marlene, I'm so sorry for everything. Thank you for everything you and the family have done, but I can't bring this upon you.
No. But...
And after I've whispered that to Marlene, I'm going to just look at the cube and then look back at her with disgust and just kind of loudly yell, you disgusting, despicable woman, you were meant to get them on your side. What kind of useless freaking scrap people are you? God, can't even convince your own people that this is for nothing but the better. And I'm going to push her down, not very forcefully, just to like push her away from me and just make it very known that I'm just using her effectively.
Yep.
Push her back towards the doorway. And I'm going to, unfortunately, piss these people off. I'm going to grab onto the cube and just yell, out of here, you useless people. Get the hell away from me, and kinetically push myself through them if I can.
Okay.
So I'm using my kinetics ability to push myself or propel myself at superhuman speed.
Yep.
Effectively past the crowd as best I can to start getting away from them and away from the crowd of others coming in from the west.
Okay. So you're going away from the west, so you're trying to leave both of them? So cool.
Most likely to the east, yeah.
Alright, let's resolve these things step by step. I think the first thing we need to deal is this performance you're putting on, and this demand of what you're saying. You're trying to like forcibly threaten your way out of this to start with.
Yep.
And then we'll resolve the kinetics bit. Looking through all the commands, I think this sounds like a command roll to me because it's about threatening and being a
obedience.
force.
Yeah, trying to force my personality, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm on a very much of a disadvantage train today, so...
You are. I will let you know this is a desperate roll. This is going to have a standard outcome. If you would like to push yourself to gain... So if you'd like to push yourself for stress, gain an extra dice, you can. I do have a devil's bargain for you.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Talk to me.
Hellfire begins to rain down on the town.
Oh god.
Not fire, but like projectiles. From the incoming army of you.
Yeah.
Not going to do any like major damage to people. It's just like projectiles come in, hits off to the side in the scrap farms. It might knock over someone's building. It's not going to do any like harm to residents at this point, but it's going to escalate the situation a little more.
I'm going to take that gambit. Oh, sorry, Devil's Bargain.
Sure.
Because I kind of want to hang on to some of my stress for a bit.
On the bright side, this might help your cover in getting away as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, if they're all scared and running kind of from this Hellfire, might give me a chance to get away.
Excellent. So take an extra dice. So how many you have?
I have 0 to begin with, so I would have been on disadvantage, but this would put me to a straight roll.
Yep.
Now, can I push myself as well?
No, you can either take the Devil's Bargain or you can push yourself.
Okay, I will Devil's Bargain this then alone.
Now, I believe you've spent your gambit.
I did, so I didn't get any stress from before.
That's okay.
But this time around... Yeah.
I will say, because you spoke to Marlene about this first, I will let you get an assist from Marlene to gain an extra dice.
Okay. So just to confirm, with Marlene's assistance and my straight roll on command, that's 2 dice that I get to roll?
That is 2 dice now. Correct.
Okay. Let's see how I go. Oh, that was... I should have gone back to these dice ages ago. That was a 5 and a 6.
5 and a 6. That is a pure success.
I'm never using those new dice again.
Because we're in a desperate roll, feel free to take an extra point of XP as well.
Also in the playbook, because I've been padding my other stats slowly, so time to put some more into the playbook now.
And in this situation, you put on the show, you berate Marlene in front of these people. She has that look of shock and surprise, but you know that it's just an act. You can see it in her eyes as she's going, oh no. And as you begin to yeet yourself away with your kinetics, you hear overhead the sound of something nearby hits a building and rubble begins to fall down. And Shrew yells, we've got some incoming here, and people begin to scream and scurry away.
Yep.
In this moment, are you still going to use the kinetics to yeet yourself out of harm's way?
Yes. Yeah. If they make a clear path for me, or what I perceive to be a potential pathway to get away from them, I'm going to get away from them best I can, yeah. Still moving easterly away from the incoming individuals.
No dice roll necessary here. How does it look when you dig in and propel yourself away?
I make sure I'm far enough away from Marlene that I don't potentially hurt her. I give her... I mean, in all the chaos, I sort of give her a slight nod, and then it looks like I'm pretty much taking a step forward, but as I do, right as my foot is about to touch the ground, it's kind of like I just blink out of existence. From my perspective, I'm half dodging a person as everything else kind of feels like it's slow-mo around me. I'm very much taking inspiration from the Flash TV series here. But yeah, everything else feels like it's kind of slow around me, but I've effectively just propelled forward as fast as possible. Everything else, I try and dodge to the best of my ability and just blink forward effectively. Yep. And once out of it, I still maintain like my forward momentum, trying to keep myself going as long as possible. As you begin to run away from the building, you take a small glance back, and in that moment, a projectile comes through and smashes through the midsection of Marlene's house. Oh no. You can hear screaming from the top. You see Marlene run out into the street, putting her claws up on her head, yelling for the kids, yelling for Awa. Oh no.
do you keep running?
Oh, shit. No, I would head back. Damn it. I would run back to him as quick as I can just to try and help.
I think a moment you stand and a moment in your head you can hear Marlene's words just playing back like, you're better than them, you're not like them.
Yeah, I rush back, seeing the house sort of like dissected into...
Yep, it's still up. You can hear creaking and groaning from the buildings. Now, these are houses stacked together. One's leaning on another at some point.
Yeah.
Any much more of this, they might tumble. But you can hear screaming from the roof. Kids. Awa. Shrew.
God.
All where you sent them. To the roof of the building.
Can I see another building that's close by?
Oh, they are stacked up on next to each other, so you definitely can. But there is panic in the streets now.
Yeah. Can I attempt to... Damn it. Oh, crap. Can I kind of yell up at them to try and get down as quickly as possible from within? And I'm going to try and run up inside as best I can and attempt to scramble my way to a position within the house where I can potentially help them down and through and out of the house before it potentially tumbles down. If it looks like it will.
So you're yelling up for them to try and start making their way down?
Yeah, I want to get them out of there before they potentially get hit. Yep. Or fall and collapse.
You hear Ali yelling out that they're scared, they're worried. And I was like, you can hear them yelling to the sky, going like, come on, bring it on. I survived wars worse than this. Come at me, you. And then just goes into expletives. Like, everything is literally just beeps coming out of her mouth.
Crazy old bird.
And then Conrad yells back down to you and goes, what about Shrew? I can't get him down.
Can I see Shrew or can I hear them?
You can see where the telescope is and Shrew's still there. But with everything chaos going on, they are going to try and make their way down as best as they can. But this is going to put some pressure on yourself to help out here if you're going to run in and get them.
I'm going to try and get Marlene to get in and assist them best I can. And I'm going to attempt to go up and try and get Shrew.
So you and Marlene bust into the house. Floorboards from the above ceiling are now splintered and coming down. This sounds like it's going to be a bit of a scramble to get to the roof.
Yep. Yes, it is, yeah.
Okay. How many dice do you have in Scramble?
I have 2 in Scramble.
Okay. This is going to be a risky standard roll because I'm going to lower it down because you've taken the time to come back and you've got Marlene here going in with you. Now, Marlene is a lobster-like person, so she has a very hard carapace.
Yep.
So you're not too worried about her getting scratched and dents as much as you would.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to roll the 2.
Yep, if you'd like to spend the stress to push yourself to get an extra die, you can.
Not just yet. Getting a bit close.
Devil's bargain. Surrounding buildings are starting to tumble.
Nah, not yet. Not this time.
No?
I've taken a few risks this time around, but no, not this time.
But that's the fun of the game.
Not at the expense of Shrew. Alright. Okay. Is it just 2 6s that counts as a crit? Or
that
2
is
1s?
A critical, yes.
I did not get 2 6s though. I got 2 5s. Sorry, I was just double checking whether 2 numbers as a whole
it
equal
has
a
to be
crit.
multiple 6s.
Damn it. Okay, unfortunately I got 2 5s. I got really excited there. Sorry, I think I got you a bit excited there. Yes, I just got 2 5s. Sorry.
Okay, describe for me how you're scrambling through this house to get to the roof.
I kind of use what feels to be a bit more familiar to my body and feels a bit more primal and a bit more normal for my kind, despite this effectively being a body that I was programmed into. And I'll kind of almost get down on all fours and run and leap and jump and scamper my way up as best I can.
Yep.
To try and make it up without putting too much body weight on any one particular part of the building as best I can.
Floorboards creak and groan under your steps, yours and Marlene's as well, and you eventually make your way up onto the roof. Ellie is frozen scared. You see Conrad's doing his best to heave Shrew over his shoulders and come and get him towards the hatch down, and Awa is just expleting to the wind at this point. You've never seen her this active before, ever.
And we're very much on the rooftop, correct?
You are on the rooftop.
Crap.
The building below you is losing its integrity. A lot of weight is not going to be a good thing for it. So you might have to find a different way off of the building.
Yeah. I'm going to yell down to Marlene to get the hell out of there right now.
And Marlene's yelling back to you, is like, be careful, these buildings, and you hear like a crack and as some, like a supporting beam kind of just tumbles down a bit as your exit back down through the house is now cut off.
Yeah, I'm very much going to tell her to get out of there. The place is about to go down and the buildings around us are coming down as well.
And looking about up here, now that you're on the roof, you can see the army approaching on this town. All these polar bear-esque beings in perfect unison marching. Nothing is left in their wake. Nothing gets in their way. And you get the feeling that they're coming towards you.
Yeah. I'm going to take the cube and throw it off the top of the building as far east as I can, not while using kinetics or anything, just throwing it as far east as I can. And after doing so...
Also,
yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to mention as well. Your loadout that you have, feel free to start using some of those items if you can justify how you got them. 100%.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Anything on your character sheet, go for it. But you have to justify how you would have that in this situation.
Yeah. I immediately give Conrad the drugs. No, I'm kidding. Oh god, looking at this loadout, I don't know what I could possibly use.
I'm just saying you don't have to use them.
Yeah, I might come back to that. At the moment, I can't really see anything that could justify.
All good.
But I yeet the cube forward as much as I can without using any wave powers or anything like that. And I tell Conrad and Ellie to quickly hold on to each other, and tell Shrew to hang on to Ellie and Conrad as well, and tell Awa it's your damn lucky day. Grab on best you can and don't let go. And I try to hold on to the kids as our PG-13 grabs onto me.
We all know she's grabbing a good cheek there to hold on to.
Yeah, she really digs in there. And I'm going to attempt to kinetic myself off the building best I can.
Okay. Let's rewind a little bit here. The cube. You said you yeeted that forward? Which way is forward? Like, where have you yeeted that towards?
Still away from
the oncoming
where
army? Okay.
Correct, yep.
Conrad grabs Shrew, kind of huddles in close. You've wrapped your arms around all three of these kids. Awa's just grabbing a cheek holding on for dear life from behind, and you're going to you're going to use your kinetics to yeet yourself off of this building.
Correct.
So take the stress to use your kinetics. Now, where are you aiming? You're aiming for another building, you're aiming for the middle of the street, and how do you see... How are you attempting to stick the landing here?
Ooh.
So the kinetics has propelled you away.
Yeah, but how I land
now you're
will be
3 stories high.
Firstly, I'm going to be aiming for a potential clearing where the buildings don't look to be damaged or anything like that, or less damaged, so that if they do come down, they don't come down directly atop of us. Secondly, I'm going to attempt to yeet or kinetics myself, technical term, more of a downwards trajectory towards the ground rather than just out and then plummeting 3 stories. So I will probably try and hang on to the kids and Awa best I can and try and aim a part of my body at the ground which doesn't have the kids or Awa immediately on, so that they don't get hit first. I'm trying to make it so I hit the ground with myself and not them, and I'm kind of protecting them and keeping them away from it. Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, best I can.
Let me see what type of roll this might be. What skill do you think you'd be using for this?
Ooh, I'd like to say scramble again, but I'd also...
No, I think scramble would work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving difficult terrain. Yeah, I'm happy for scramble.
Because it's almost a mix of scramble and the way itself.
Yep.
Because it's
so
kinetics,
you've used the way to yeet yourself. That's propelled you forward. This is sticking the landing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Now, do I still push myself in that regard? So would I take... Because I have 2 in scramble. Would I be adding a 3rd because I'm using kinetics?
No, so the kinetics was you're pushing yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's let you perform this event.
Okay, fair. So
Okay.
I will just take the 2 in Scramble then.
Yep. Do I want to give you...
If you offer a Devil's Bargain where I sacrifice one of these freaking kids, I swear to God.
Okay, so what if I sacrifice the Elder then?
Oh, that's fine then. No!
Okay, you want to sacrifice Awa?
No! I'm not sacrificing Awa. She's got a good hold on that cheek. We're going for a ride.
Cool. Unless you have an alternative Devil's Bargain you want to pitch, you're more than welcome to.
I may try... I can aim for a clearing that's sort of like... Not so much like a parkland sort of thing, but like shrubs and almost wasteland sort of area. But there are like decrepit trees and things like that.
Okay.
And as a Devil's Bargain, I could partially aim for that. But when I land there, I'd be taking a harm.
Okay.
To sort of like cushion myself. It would take me away from the buildings to an extent, but...
So you're going to take a level of harm for a Devil's Bargain?
I would end up taking a pretty decent harm, yeah.
Sure. Let's do that. So you're aiming, so you're yeeting yourself. You're actually yeeting yourself pretty far then. So to get into this little parkland area that has shrubs, trees that you're trying to cushion the fall with.
And because of the extra distance and trying to make it to that sort of shrubbery sort of area, I will end up hurting myself.
Done. Take it. So grab yourself an extra die. So that puts you up to how many dice?
That puts me up to 3 for Scramble.
Okay.
So 2 plus
now,
1.
This will be a desperate standard roll. However, you have 2 level 1 injuries.
Yes.
So this is going to bring it down to desperate limited.
Okay. That doesn't affect the dice. I still roll 3, is that correct?
Still roll 3 dice.
Okay. Fingers crossed, let's see how I go. Oh my god. Alright.
What have you got?
2 1s and a 5.
2 1s and a 5, okay. Take an XP point because this was a desperate roll.
Yep. Want to playbook? Yep.
Question for you.
Uh-oh.
This parkland, or this, like, foliage area.
Yeah.
Is it in the same direction that you yeeted the cube, or in the opposite direction?
I will say, because it was a Devil's Bargain, it was... almost opposite, yeah. So not like a full 180 degrees in the opposite direction, but
it's roughly more
like
west,
a good 100,
towards the
120,
west.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely more to the west, yeah.
You go tumbling down.
Yeah.
Landing into these bushes, shrubbery. You're going to take a level 2 harm on this one. Mm-hmm. Let's call this a puncher wound, as a bit of branch kind of just like punches through the side of your gut.
Jesus.
Hey, you wanted to yeet yourself there.
Yeah, I did this.
And as you hit, everyone kind of just like tumbles out and rolls. And the first thing is Shrew speaks to you in a panicked voice. He's like, my legs, I can't feel my... Oh, hang on, wait. That's okay. Never mind.
God damn it, Shrew. How are the others doing? Like, I asked Shrew while I was looking around.
Everyone tumbles and rolls, looking around. They are unscathed.
Can I still feel a firm grasp on my butt cheek?
You can still feel a firm grasp on your butt cheek as everyone else rolled away, but Awa was stuck right there.
Well, she's holding me like a bowling ball.
Oh.
That was her Devil's Bargain.
And here's a complication that comes in to this, because you got a 5.
Ah, crap. Yep.
As you're lying here looking up, the sky begins to darken as a hover ship filters across the view, and several gelatinous soldiers jump out between you and the building you just yeeted yourself from.
Yeah.
They have big blasters on them, and they are dressed as hooded figures in the outfits of the matron's followers.
Yep.
One of them pulls out a device, looks at it, and yells out in your general direction. Seeker unit, designation Romeo 00 Kilo. Identify yourself. Lower arms. Rejoin the group. I repeat, Seeker unit, designation Romeo 00 Kilo. Hold down your arms. And you hear the powering up of rifles. Thank you for listening to Dark Cosmos. Don't forget to like and follow the channel so you can keep up to date when we release our next episodes. And if you haven't done so already, leave us a comment, we'd love to hear your feedback. Background music for this episode was from Sasha End, opening banter and credits music by Feslian Studios, sound effects by zapsplat.com, and character art by Handoc. All the links are in the episode description.